Okay, so this is a quick video going through acid anhydrides. So first of all, how do we usually make an acid anhydride? Well, it's through essentially the condensation of two carboxylic acids. So if I remove an OH from one and a H from the other one, so removing water, acid anhydride, that would leave me with this, where this oxygen and that carbon both now have a spare bond, so they can join together to make the anhydride, and then water is released as a side product. Carboxylic acids only do this in very small amounts. You're talking like a couple of %, but they will do it to produce an acid anhydride. How do acid anhydrides react? So again, what I'm going to go through here is just a quick way of figuring out how to get to your products. I'm not suggesting this is the actual mechanism, it's just a quick way of you getting the correct answer. So it's a hack, basically. So let's say you was asked for this acid anhydride here and that alcohol there. The way I would go about answering this is I would realise that what happens is the carbon to oxygen bond will break. Now it doesn't matter which side you break it on, as this acid anhydride will be symmetrical, so it's the same either way. So let's say it's this side where the bond breaks. What will that give you? Well, that'll give you this, where this carbon now has a spare bond because you've just broken the bond that it had with oxygen. And it will also give you this, where the oxygen has a spare bond because you've just broken its bond with carbon. The H from the alcohol we can then snap off and stick on the oxygen to make a carboxylic acid. And then the oxygen with the carbon tail can then bind to this carbon that had the spare bond to make the ester. So the word equation is acid anhydride plus alcohol goes to ester and carboxylic acid. Let's go through one more example. Now, almost certainly the acid anhydride you're going to get is ethanoic anhydride. Let's do this alcohol here. So again, I'm just following exactly the same procedure. I'm just breaking one of these two bonds here, like so, to make the two chunks. Snap off the H from the alcohol, add it onto the O to make the carboxylic acid, and then the oxygen with the carbon tail, 1, 2, 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3 carbons, can then bind to that carbon that has now the spare bond. Acid anhydride plus alcohol goes to ester and carboxylic acid.